y'all doing? Sherman D. Manning, pastor of the Yes We Can Worship Center. You know where it's located, right? I shall remind you, 5857 South Central Avenue. We're right next door to Cricket, behind the CVS drugstore. We're on the corner of Slauson and South Central. You all have been on my case lately about me not doing enough podcasts, and am I still, you know what I mean? So you got to work with me. That means that sometimes I'm going to have to do them while I'm eating, like right now, okay? And if you're like me, I don't like irritating noises. I don't want you to be chewing while you're talking and all that other stuff. Is not proper etiquette and all of that, okay? But the flip side of that is, if you want me to do the podcast, I got to do them when I can. And, I have to eat and all of that other good stuff. And so right now, I am doing a podcast while I'm eating some peanuts. So you'll have to forgive me. I want to talk about torture. Excuse me. Torture. America's penological system, with which I have an intimate experience and knowledge, is a torture chamber. It is an evil system, a wicked system. I wrote a book called Creating Monsters. I suggest that you get it. This book depicts and describes how America's prison system creates monsters. Basically, the name is almost self-explanatory. The system itself makes monsters out of men and monsters out of women. Period. I also wrote a book called The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. Both of these books are available on Amazon.com and at local bookstores, and all 22 of my books are available somewhere. But I strongly suggest that you take a look at The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice by yours truly, as well as take a look at my book Creating Monsters. Probably two of the top books that I've been blessed by God to write. Take a look at them. See what you think, especially if you're interested in knowing something about America's criminal justice system and so-called penological system. Take a look at those two books. The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice, and Creating Monsters. Take a look at those two books. Okay? God is a good God. He rules and super rules. He has all power in his hand. He can make a way out of no way. And I don't know what you have decided to do, but I trust him. And I believe in him. Where that came from, it just came to my mind and I decided to say it. Can you all do me a favor? Listen, do you know anybody that lives in Los Angeles? Anybody. Because what always perturbs me is that all these people that I met over the years who like my preaching and like the style of preaching with which God has gifted me, and they'd be like, man, if you ever get a church, I'll come to your church. I'll join your church. And even folk in the street sometimes who would hear a CD by me or hear me pray, man, I don't even go to church. But if you had a church, if you pastor church, I go to. Okay, well, look, I have a church now, y'all. I have a church. It's called Yes We Can Worship Center. So my humble request to you is, can you please tell people about our church who live in the Los Angeles area? If you tell them about our church, they can come by on Friday night at 7 o'clock at the Yes We Can Worship Center at 5857 South Central Avenue, Los Angeles, California. If you are coming, let me know. 213-377-8681. Give us a call. 213-377-8681. Call me and say I'm coming. Call me and say I'll be there Friday, bro. I'll be there Friday, Pastor. I'll be there Friday night at 7 o'clock. The doors open at 6:45 at the corner of Slauson and South Central, behind the CVS drugstore, right next door to Cricket. Come one, come all. Let's have church. Let's do this. God is a good God. He rules and super rules. He will be moving in that place next week on Friday. Come see us. Come see us. Come see us. Come see us. Let's have church. Are you coming? Call me, 213-377-8681. Give me a call. Give me a buzz. Let me know that we can expect you. Come pray with us. Let's have church. Let's have church. This is a real church. This is a church on the move. This is a progressive church, meaning that we feed the hungry, we clothe the naked, we visit those who are in prisons. We render aid to the community. We're not just, we got the singing and shouting part down. That's easy. That's second nature to us. That comes from the Holy Spirit. We can do that. But we do the hard work also. The hard work is when you actualize and take action on the stuff that you've been worshiping about. You enter to worship, you exit to serve. And so when you exit our church, we want you to be re-energized, not just so you can go re-shout, but so you can go serve. Jesus said the greatest amongst you shall be the servant. We want you to serve. Jesus tried to show us that servitude, that serving spirit when he got down on his hands and knees and washed feet. Wash feet. The dirtiest part of someone's body back at that time because they walked everywhere they went. And so he got down to the dirtiest part and washed them. See, I'm not too high to wash feet. I'm humble enough to wash feet. I'm loving enough to wash your feet. I'm caring enough. I'm sharing enough to wash your feet. I want to wash what you walked with. I want to wash your feet. And so it is our job to get down on our hands and knees and serve people. If we're true about our Christianity and we're certain about what we believe in and we're authentic in what we claim, then let's serve. Get down on your hands and knees and serve somebody. Most preachers would not think about, okay? But as I told you earlier, Jesus was a revolutionary. He was a revolutionary. Jesus wasn't no joke, Charlie. Jesus was not a joke. This was a revolutionary. He would not be a member of the conference. He would not be a member of the National Baptist Convention or the National Cojik Convention or any other convention because he was radical. He was militant. He was a bad man. That's one of the reasons I love him so much. I love him just because he was militant, because it wasn't no joke. See, y'all, some of y'all, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get nobody mad, but some of y'all too weak for me, too timid, scared to have an opinion, scared to take a stance on anything. You want to be the lukewarm. You are like a politician. You want to try to make everybody like you. Jesus didn't. There was a lot of folk who didn't like Jesus. So I don't expect you to like me. They didn't like Jesus. How you gonna like me? I'll take a stand, baby. I'll take a stand on something. I'll take a stand. I'll take a stand. I'll take a stand. Oh, you wouldn't take a stand on anything? Huh? Take a stand, baby. Take a stand. Y'all wouldn't take a stand? Take a stand. I'll be back after this.